So the playoffs are right around the corner, and there's only a few playoff spots left, and I'm going to talk about who I think are going to make the final playoff spots. Of course, in the AFC, we got it between the Broncos, the Dolphins, and the Bengals. As for the NFC, it's only between the Buccaneers and the Falcons. If we're talking about the AFC, the Bengals are going to have to beat Pittsburgh. Not only that, they're going to have to hope Miami loses and Denver loses. Ultimately, I think the last playoff spot, despite all the things that I say about the Bengals being, a very good story, the Broncos are going to make the playoffs. And it's very easy logic to apply this to. It's because the Broncos are playing a team that has nothing to play for in Week 18. And honestly, the Chiefs have more of an incentive to not want the Bengals in the playoffs compared to the Broncos. So I think the last playoff spot for the AFC is 100% going to the Broncos unless somehow they lose to Carson Wentz, which I don't see happening. As for the NFC, it's Carolina versus Atlanta and New Orleans versus Tampa Bay. And ultimately, I see Tampa Bay clinching the playoffs after beating the Saints. The Saints are not a good team right now. They don't have any good quarterbacks since Derek Carr went down. They pretty much given up on this season. Spencer Rattler is not the answer, unfortunately for them. As for Carolina and Atlanta, I do think Atlanta has a possibility of winning. Carolina getting embarrassed is kind of surprising, but Tampa Bay is a good team. I see Tampa Bay winning. I see Tampa Bay clinching their playoff spot. And honestly, I'm happy because I hate Raheem Morris for how he treated Kirk Cousins, but shout out Michael Penix. He had a solid game against Washington.